Hello everybody! Today we're gonna read Paulette, the pinkest puppy in the world. It's a book that teaches you that it's okay to be different. Enjoy! Paulette, the pinkest puppy in the world. Written by Tim Bugbird. Illustrated by Stuart Lynch. This is the tale of a puppy whose name was Paulette. She was much like her brothers and sisters, with a difference you'd never forget. She had blue eyes like her sister Bessie, and big ears like her brother Dale, and just like her cousin Jessie, the cutest curly tail. But one quite remarkable feature meant Paulette was never in sync. A truly unusual creature. Paulette was totally pink. Not gold, not brown, not black or white, not green or red or blue or purple or yellow with dots and stripes. Paulette was too pink to be true. Amazing. She's too pink. So pink, I tell you. This would have been fine and dandy for a piglet, a starfish, or bird, but a puppy the color of candy? The idea was simply absurd. Wherever she went, puppies would point and say, "Well, look at that. Paulette looks silly. I mean to say, really?" So she tried to hide under a hat. But the trouble with wearing a big floppy hat while it covered up some of the pink was she'd bump into things with a bang and a splat. It drove Paulette to the brink. And then, one day, she had a knock. It was truly the final straw. She tripped on a trike, which gave her a shock, and she fell with a crash to the floor. She knocked herself out, but soon came around, and she grabbed what she thought was a post. But the post was a ladder, not stuck in the ground. Uh-oh, she thought, I'm toast. As the ladder wobbled, it knocked a pail of paint that was high on a sill. The puppies below began to wail, "Look out, it's going to spill!" The petrified pups simply froze. They didn't have time to think. Covered in gunk from their heads to their toes, their coats were sticky and pink. Now you're not different, Paulette. The gloop wouldn't wash out, and nor would the goo. So Paulette's mom took out her clippers. There was only one thing she could possibly do, but it gave the poor pups the shivers. Paulette's mom clipped each one. It felt like such a shame. But the puppies saw when the job was done, underneath they were all the same. "You're not so different after all," said Mom to Paulette with a wink. And when they look back, I think they'll recall it was nice to be a bit pink. It could have been a disastrous day had Paulette not been the sort to look at things a different way. From the fuss sprang a fabulous thought. She opened a salon, pin cuts and more, giving pedicures, perms, and dip dyes. She was the bark of the park. Now everyone saw Paulette through a fresh pair of eyes. Her clientele were the smartest in town, with coats combed, braided, and curled. and Paulette became famous for miles around for being the happiest pup in the world.